Good afternoon, dear colleagues from Russia and India. My name is Venera Kravchenko, and on behalf of the Tourist Information Center of Murmansk region, we are glad to see you all today on the Russian Expo Days 2020. And we are ready to present you to the Murmansk region touristic facilities according to the schedule right now. So, let yourself feel the warmth of the Russian Arctic. The Murmansk region is attractive for tourists due to its location and unique natural and geographical conditions. It is located almost completely inside the Arctic Circle on the Kola Peninsula, so that Murmansk has the proud name of the capital of Arctic. Despite its close location to the Arctic, it is really easy to reach our region. Just 2 hours by the plane from the big cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, and you are here. Welcome to the Arctic. Due to its unique location, Murmansk region has natural phenomena like the polar day, the polar night, and of course the northern lights. After my speech, I will show you the real video of the northern lights instead of the difficult describing of this phenomenon. But of course, it is much better to see it by yourself. Okay, what is the polar day? Summer in the Murmansk region has a special charm. From mid-May to the end of August, the sun doesn't set at all, but at the same time, it doesn't burn, but shines just right so that you can walk and enjoy nature by day and night. Summer on the Kola Peninsula includes salmon fishing, mushrooms, and berries in August-September. The opportunity to see the Arctic Ocean and its beaches in summertime. Okay, and what about the polar night? Polar night is the period between December and January, but when the sun doesn't shine at all. The Murmansk region is almost entirely to the north of the Arctic Circle, so the phenomenon is observed on its territory. At the latitude of Murmansk, the polar night lasts from the 2nd December to the 11th of January. Okay, so have you ever walked along the Arctic Ocean or conquered the Hebini Mountains by the snowmobiles or ATVs? No? So challenge the Arctic. You also must visit the first nuclear icebreaker landing in the world that now works as a museum, and to meet the North peoples and the Arctic animals in Sami village. Of course, you must catch the northern lights. One of the best places to see is staying in Aurora Village Igloo, where you are far from the artificial lights of the city. Our tour operators are happy to organize all these tours as a one weekend tour for 3 or 4 days, or several tours for each goal. Each of them is a professional company with an enormous and successful work experience with Russian and international guests. So, thank you for the attention. Here you can see my contacts. If you have any questions, please send us the email by WhatsApp Messenger, and of course follow us on Instagram page Murmansk.Travel. And as I promised, here is the video of the Northern Lights. So enjoy the movie and have a nice day. Bye.
Dear visitors, we are glad to welcome you uh, to an online meeting dedicated to tourism in the Murmansk region. Thank you for taking the time to attend our meeting Russian Expo Day, India. My name is Angelika Ipera. I'm the General Director of DNC company Not For You. We may have already met at the exhibition in Mumbai in February. This was our last offline exhibition abroad, unfortunately. But the current world situation creates new opportunities and such online meetings become possible. Thank you to the organizers for the opportunity. During our presentation, you will be able to ask our questions and we will try to answer them as much as possible. Now we will proceed directly to our topic. Arctic Murmansk region is the best place to view the northern lights. Murmansk is the largest city in the world, located beyond the Arctic Circle. In addition, it is one of the largest Russian ports that do not freeze all year round because of warm Gulf Stream. You can reach Murmansk by plane from Moscow and St. Petersburg. It will take 2.5 hours. Our city has all the opportunities to work with guests from India. Our restaurants can prepare vegetarian food. Also, we can make a menu for Jains groups. The best chefs of our city are ready to prepare Indian cuisine, so you can safely send your tourists to Murmansk. Guests of the city have the opportunity to join the unique history of conquest of the Russian Arctic by visiting the first in the world nuclear icebreaker landing, which used now as a museum. Murmansk is the home port of Russian icebreakers. From Murmansk begin the annual tourist route to the North Pole, and it takes 13 days to travel. The minimum cruise price starts from $30,000. Tourism in the Murmansk region is possible both in winter and summer. We have amazing natural phenomena. From December to middle of January in Murmansk region, polar night, the time when the sun does not rise above the horizon and the daylight lasts for several hours. From middle May to the end of August in Murmansk region, two natural phenomena, one of them polar night and second, white night. This is the time when it is always daylight. Polar day is the time when the sun does not sink below the horizon, and white nights, the sun sinks below the horizon, nights during which natural light remains high enough. That is, the whole night consists only of three lights. When the white nights end in the summer, we have the opportunity to watch the northern lights. Season of the northern lights starts in first day of September and lasts until middle April. The chances of seeing northern lights during this period are the same. To increase the chances of seeing aurora borealis, we recommended staying in Murmansk for 3 full nights to wait for the most favorable conditions for the event. Three components of success in the Northern Lights tour. First of all, it should be clear sky with stars. The Kola Peninsula is surrounded by the waters of the Arctic Ocean, the Barents and White Seas, which is the reason for increased cloud cover over the Murmansk region. On our tour, we leave the city in those places where it is assumed the presence of a clear sky. This is the most important factor since the northern lights appear almost at night, and it is the clouds that can prevent us from seeing them. In the city of Murmansk, cloudy weather is more common than in the region. Secondary, solar activities. There are some explosions and releases of helium and hydrogen on the sun, and this flow called the solar wind are attracted by the Earth's magnetic poles. Today, there are satellites and telescopes that record this solar energy emission. This solar energy with a large release is usually called a geomagnetic storm. The scale used to measure geomagnetic is called the KP index and has a range from 0 to 9. And the highest number, uh, the most sulfurly you can see the northern lights. For example, it is observed several times a year by residents of St. Petersburg. It's worth adding that when the forecast KP is zero, this is still a chance that you can see a northern lights if you are in the center of the aurora zone. KP zero means that the activity of the geomagnetic storm is very small and residual activity can cause local lights. Third, distance from the city. Professional photographers know that lighting of the city spoils shooting night landscapes and nature in the dark. Therefore, in our tour, we go beyond the borders of Murmansk for at least from 20 to 200 kilometers. Duration of these tours lasts from 3 till 6 hours, depending on the time of the search for northern lights. The start time of tour depends on weather forecast and solar activity. Usually, we start at 9 p.m. Uh, I will repeat, trips from Northern Lights start in September and last till middle April. During this period, chances of seeing Northern Lights are the same. Uh, the Northern Lights are the natural phenomenon, and we can't guarantee 100% that you will see them. 9 out of 10 of our trips are successful. We do not go if chances of seeing the Northern Lights are extremely low according to our forecast. We change day of the tour. Main recommendation to increase your chances of seeing aurora borealis uh, come from Murmansk for 3 full nights and wait the most favorable conditions for the event. Our travel guides photographers take photos using Sony and Canon cameras. During 1 2 days, we send photos to our guests. When it is better time to go, in autumn or winter, to see the northern lights? It depends on your weather preferences. From point of view of the northern lights itself, there is no difference. If you prefer winter entertainment and leisure, then plan from the end of December to the end of March. There will still be snowing. If you prefer warm, come from September to October is the most beautiful autumn months in Murmansk region. During the New Year holidays, there are a lot of tourists, so you need to book a tour in advance for these days. Our company, North for You, has been working for 5 years with foreign guests in Murmansk. We provide the following tours: hunting for northern lights, snowmobile northern lights hunting tour in Murmansk, the snowmobile safari at the daytime, husky riding, reindeer riding, visiting the Sami village is the local population in Murmansk region. Murmansk city tour with visiting of the world's first nuclear icebreaker, visiting the coast of the Arctic Ocean in Teribaka village, tour to Hibini Mountains with Snow village. I would like to add that all companies performing today are DMC, and we all do these tours. Uh, we have 5 minutes. If you have some questions, you can write it, and I will try to answer. Okay, our organizers do not send our questions uh, here. You can see our contacts. Uh, you can send your email if you have any questions about programs in Murmansk. We have itinerary for 4 and 5 days for your tourists. Тут вопросы. We have some questions. What is the best time to visit Murmansk? The best time to visit Murmansk, if you want to join no activity and see northern lights. This is period from December till end of the March. Uh, this distance is suitable for family trip, pleasure tour, and nice groups. In Murmansk, it's possible to organize all kinds of trips for all categories of tourists. It's okay, and our restaurants are ready to cook vegetarian food and Indian food. It's not a problem now. Do you have any package for distance destination wedding events? Uh, yes, we can make every kind of trip. Also, wedding, honeymoon, wedding ceremony. We can prepare it. You can write your request to the email or WhatsApp number, and we will send itinerary. What about Indian restaurants? We have not Indian restaurants, but our local restaurants have Indian food. I will repeat it to make menu for vegetarian and for Jain groups. We know that it's not easy for Jains, but we already work with these groups and we already make menu for them. It's okay. One more question: what is the best time to see Northern Lights? Uh, you can see Northern Lights from September, when white nights all over, and this period lasts to the middle of April. But at the first days of April, it's not so cold, but it will be start lighter because in May will be polar day. It will be very light and better to come to Murmansk to see Northern Lights uh, from first days of September till March. You have the same chances to see it, but you can see aurora forecast. We have this forecast on our website. This forecast for 27 days, and there you can see a KP index forecast from 0 to 9. If it will be more, it will be better. If you see 4 points or 5 points, it means that solar activity very, very high, and you can see very beautiful aurora with different colors like pink, green, blue. At another time, when it is 2 kp, you can see aurora just white or green color. Okay, if you have any question at any time, you can write your request to email, to my email, and to WhatsApp number. Feel free to call me. And now I'm finished. Thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. Namaste. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ruslan, and I'm working for the Nordwell Tour Company. We're a local tour operator. We're located in Murmansk city, which is very north of Russia. And in the beginning, we will show you a short video. After that, I will give you a presentation about Tiribirka village, and finally, I will be ready and happy to answer your questions. So, okay, now you can watch some short video about Tiribirka. Okay, so now let me try to move you from your warm Indian Ocean to the very, very cold coast of Barents Sea, sea that never get frozen. Barents Sea always stays open, never get frozen. And we invite you to visit very, very old fishing village that called Tiribirka. So, why do people come to Teribirka? Why tourists come to Teribirka? Why they like it, and why Teribirka is so popular in all over the world? So, if you see these pictures, you can see when you stay in front of these big waves of Arctic Ocean, and you have a temperature around you from -5 up to -25, and sometimes even colder. This is really just amazing feelings because in all our minds. Everything that related with ocean, we have an association that this is a war, but here is opposite. Here is opposite, here is very cold, and this is really amazing to see the ocean waves and have a snow around you. And next picture you can see how different can be shore, can be the coast of Barents Sea. For example, this place we call Dragon's Eggs Beach. Why Dragon's Eggs? You can see yourself that the rocks, every rock, it has a shape as an egg. And this name came from locals. They call this place Dragon's Eggs Beach. And this is also very unusual when you're walking along the ocean on the sand beach and you still have a snow around you. It's not warm, it's not sun, but this is very cold, even in the summertime. And another picture here, you can see very old ships. This is already dead and destroyed ships. We call this place. Ship's graveyard, and it's located right in the middle of the Tiribirka village. And with every tourist, we gonna come and visit it, make the pictures. Okay, so here on the right picture, you can see this is how the road from Murmansk city to Tiribirka village looks like. So this called Tundra. This is like a desert, but just snow instead of sand, and this is amazing view. Also, this is absolutely emptiness about you. No trees, no bushes, just a snow, white, and this is amazing. And here you can see some pyramids made of rocks. Of course, these pyramids they built by the tourists, but some time ago, like one age, like 100 years ago, local people that we call Samic people, or we call them Lapish people, they had a pagan religion, so they were building these pyramids. They call it idols, and they were praying to these idols. And now you can meet many of them. And of course, when you come to visit us, you are welcome to build yourself one of these pyramids. And here you can see, like, if you come to visit us in the winter time, let's say December or January, so then for sure you're gonna meet a polar night. Like my colleague already told, what is a polar night? Polar night, this is when you have a night 22 hours long during the day, and just only couple hours of daylight, and sun is never shown up. It's always stay behind the horizon, and always the most of the time we have a darkness. And here also you can see the northern light. Somebody call it polar lights, and I'm sure that every one of you at least had heard about it. This is unique nature phenomenon. This is just a magic in the sky. These lights, they never stay the same. They always moving. They playing. It can go just along all the sky. Then it comes to the very small point, and this is really just a magic. And when you watch it, you have just magic feelings. So we hope you come to see it yourself. So in the Barents Sea we have whales, and whales normally come close to the banks in springtime. They follow the small fish that they feeding by this fish, and this fish coming for spawning close to the banks, to the shore, and whales follow this. Sometimes we are happy to see them in the sea, but unfortunately, as you know, whales jumps out from the water to the ground, and they stay there, and they are unfortunately dying. And some places you can meet the skeleton and the bones of them. Okay, and we're happy to organize for you a trip to the sea, saltwater fishing. Normally, this is fishing for cod fish, and if you're happy, you can catch a halibut. And then in local restaurants, you're gonna taste all this seafood. This is local delicacies. This is shrimps. This is shells and king crabs, which is just a pure clean protein. This is very delicious and very healthy. And in the Kola Peninsula, we have thousands and thousands of lakes, and especially in the springtime, this is very popular for people who like kiting, snow winter kiting. They come. This is very interesting for them. In springtime, is big and strong winds coming, and people come to kiting to our lakes. So trip to Teriberka village is available for you just all year round. And we think the best way to visit it is just a one-day tour, just from the morning to the evening. The distance from the Murmansk city is only 120 kilometers, which takes about 2.5 hours one way with a couple stops, and then you have enough of time to see all sites and have a lunch in a local restaurant in Teribirka, and then come back to your warm hotel. And of course, we are ready to organize for you longer trip, like staying overnight in Teribirka. In this case, the trip will include accommodation in Teribirka on your choice. It can be hotel, hostel, camping, whatever. Then, of course, lunch in a local restaurants, lunch and dinner, taste local seafood, like I already told. Then boat trips and fishing, animals and bird watching, and watching Northern Light. You always have a chance to catch a Northern Light on a trip on a way to Teribirka, on when you stay in Teribirka. And infrastructure of Teribirka. Today in Teribirka has hotels, 3 hostels, 1 camping with the cabins, and it has 3 restaurants and maybe a couple small places to have a kind of fast food. And following statistic, about 440,000 people, tourists visiting Teribirka every year. And for comparing, for example, today in Teribirka, only 700 residents, people living. The population of Teribirka only 700 people. Okay, so our company Nordwell Tour are happy to organize for you this amazing and unforgettable trip to Teriberka. And we make a big note on your individual issues about the food, about the transportation, about accommodation, or whatever. Okay, to cooperate with us, please contact us with this contact information that you can see on this page, on this slide. So, thank you very much for your attention. And now I am ready and I'm happy to answer your questions if you have any.
Hello, dear ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lina Ignatieva, and I'm a manager responsible for cooperation with international partners. I represent the company Raduga Severa. Our company, this is one of the oldest tour operators here in the Murmansk region. It was established in 1998, and our company could provide you with all kinds of tours to the Kola Peninsula. To the left, you could see the logo of our company. So, briefly, just in a few words, I would like to tell you about our tours. First of all, we organize the city tours around Murmansk. We also could organize you a tour to Teribrika, a trip to Teribrika, as well to Summit village, and we could provide you with a tour to for example, to the Hebili Mountains and organize you all kinds of activities, snowmobile, husky tours, reindeer sledging, and so on. And of course, the highlight of all the tours, this is the Northern Lights hunting and the hunting for the Northern Lights. We could also do it. But specialization of our company is event and mice tours. So, just in a few words to tell you, so our company just possesses a brief experience organizing event and natural tours and mice conferences to the Murmansk region. If you have any request, you could kindly ask it. You could kindly send it to one of the emails, which I would provide you a little bit later. And so you're welcome to ask your questions. Uh, but I would like to start our virtual tour. Just just imagine that you close your eyes, and now, dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to provide you with a short and brief tour to the Kola Peninsula and to the Murmansk region. As I told you, our company specializes in the event tourism, and one of the most important parts of the history of the Murmansk region is connected to the Second World War. First of all, I would like to say that the history of the Russian North and the history of the Murmansk region is plays a big role in the history of the Second World War. And the Germany and the First Germany always had very big plans for the Kola Peninsula and for the Murmansk region. You might ask me a question why. And I could give you just at least three reasons. The reason number one, the fascists wanted to capture a railway which connected the Murmansk region to the Kola Peninsula, to the central part of Russia, and especially to Moscow and Leningrad. Now it is present St. Petersburg. That was the reason number one. The reason number two, uh, uh, so Hitler Germany wanted to seize very big deposits of natural resources and mineral resources of the Murmansk region. And the Murmansk region is especially rich in nickel deposits, and nickel was in a need for the demands of the military industry of the Hitler Germany. That's why they also wanted to capture the Murmansk region. And the reason number two, the reason number three was, of course, um, they wanted to stop supplying. They wanted to stop supplying the Northern Fleet and the Soviet Union from Soviet allies. That was the United States and England. So just on the picture in front of you, you could see one of the monuments dedicated to the Second World War and to these events which took part during the Second World War. So, and if we start our tour, so for example, we could start it from Murmansk, and could start it from the cover page of our city. This is monument which is called Alyosha. So this is not official name, of course. The official name of the monument is to the defenders of the Soviet Arctic. So just look to your presentation. You could see this is the highest picture. The picture to the left on the presentation. If I speak about this monument, so I would like to tell you that it was launched in 1974 after 30 years of the from the liberation of the Murmansk region from the Nazi invasion. So, and this monument, this is the second highest monument in Russia. The height of the monument itself is over 35 meters. The highest monument of such kind of the type is established in the south of Russia, in the city of that was the former city Stalingrad. Now it's called Volgograd. So the monument Alyosha is established on the highest uh, hill of Murmansk, which is called the Green Hill, and it represents the figure of the Russian soldier who looks towards west. Why? You might ask me a question. Why it looks towards west? First of all, I would like to tell you that the fascist invasion started from the west because when the Nazi troops and Nazi corps Norway started attacking the Soviet Union, they began to do it from the territory of Norway. The distance to the borderline to Norway is about 220 kilometers, and we are very proud of to mention that the city was never captured by the fascists, and the enemy was stopped, and the enemy was stopped at a small place which is now called the Valley of Glory, but at that time it was called the Valley of Death. To the right, you could see a picture. So these military people just bringing flowers to the monument, which is located in the Valley of Glory. But coming back to Alyosha Monument, the soldier looks towards west, and he is a symbol of all the protectors and all the soldiers who just perished during the Second World War and gave its life and gave their life for the protection of our city. So it's a very remarkable figure because it's very patriotic, very romantic, and very massive. So their overall height of the figure is over 5,000 kilograms. So you could just imagine. And as I told you, so this is the second highest monument in Russia. That's why all the tourist groups which come to the Murmansk region usually visit and see this monument. So and everyone likes it because it's very really amazing. From their top of the green hill, you could see a very beautiful view over the Kola Bay and over the western shore of the Kola Bay. So on the to the left, on the picture which is located just under the Alosha monument, you could see another monument which is dedicated to Anatoly Bredov. He was our one of our local heroes who just who gave his life for protection of the city. He exploded himself with a grenade, but yeah, he stopped the enemy. This monument is installed in the center of the city. So, but just if we speak about some other interesting places to visit, I couldn't stop mentioning the icebreaker. Just recently, our city celebrated a remarkable date on the 3rd of December 1959. The first nuclear-powered vessel was launched in Leningrad. Now it is St. Petersburg. And of course, it got the name Icebreaker Lenin. So to the left, you could see a picture of the Icebreaker Lenin. So now it is turned into museum. It turned into a museum since 2009, and I would like to just to underline that more than 250,000 people have already visited the icebreaker. That's why it's also a very interesting point of interest in our city. Unfortunately, right now we could only make a photo stop near the icebreaker because the museum itself is closed due to the pandemic. But we do hope that soon in 2021, this museum will start receiving guests from all over the world again. So regarding the guided tours in the icebreaker, so we could provide you with the English speaking guide who could just as well provide you a tour, a guided tour, and tell you about the history and the operation of the icebreaker in English. And I also received some questions from the audience, one question just concerned about how Russian people speak English and do their people in Murmansk speak English. I would like to say yes, we do, because we live in the port city and we are connected to the fishing industry, to the transportation industry, to tourism industry, and of course there are a lot of people who speak English, and so the level of English is good. That's why don't be afraid and don't hesitate coming to Murmansk. So here on this page, you could see pictures from another a big memorial complex, which is called the Valley of Glory. I've already mentioned it. This is the place where the enemy was stopped. The complex is located 60 kilometers away from Murmansk. It was renovated in year 2011, and here you first of all you could see, for example, lists with the name of the Russian military units which took part in the defense of the Soviet Arctic, And you, for example, to the left, you could also see an anti-aircraft cannon, which protected the city during flight and aviation attacks of the Nazi troops. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm just ready to round up my presentation. So, if you have any questions regarding the operation of our company, the tour operator Radica Severa, you could forward all your questions to the email that you just see in front of you. So you could as well visit our website. So, and we are also glad to answer your questions regarding any uh, topics that you are interested in. So, just a second. That was one of the questions regarding the age of the people who could travel to the Murmansk region. So my recommendation is, so it's up to you, but maybe it's not so suitable for small children up to uh, just 5 years or maybe less. Maybe it's much better to start bringing children with you when they turn 7 or 11, because at that time they could be cold, and and for them it could be hot. This is the only restriction. There are no any other restrictions concerning the age of visitors. Thank you very much for your attention, and we hope to see you in the Murmansk region.
Hello everyone, my name is Sergey Panfilov. I'm Development Director of Tour Operator Hibini for You. I was born here in Kirovsk in Murmansk region, and now I want to show you my lovely hometown and different activities in this place. It was a short video about Kirovsk, and now I want to start my presentation about the name of presentation is Challenge the Arctic, all about active and extreme recreation on Kola Peninsula. And as for me, since childhood, I prefer active leisure. For instance, I have started alpine skiing in 6 years old, and every type of tourism I felt from the inside. And now I'll share with you all about active and extreme recreation. Kola Peninsula is one of the 100,000 square kilometers of land with a population less than 1 million. If some of you don't know, the population density in India around 400 people for 1 square kilometer. In some regions, 1,000 people for 1 square kilometer. Just imagine the population density of Murmansk region, 5 people for 1 square kilometer. Most of the towns here are located along the main federal road, leaving vast territories practically unsettled and undeveloped. Many tourist destinations here are not easy to reach, but journeys themselves are always exciting. This land can challenge humans and machines alike, and it will definitely leave a lasting impression. Kola Peninsula has taiga. Kola Peninsula has taiga in the south and tundra in the north, with the mountains in the middle. It has thousands of fresh water, freshwater lakes and rivers. All of that is equally beautiful is in every season. Here in Kola Peninsula, you can experience being amid great expanses of nature with nobody around you for miles. You can see and feel the untouched world. And I want to begin the introduction to active tours with journeys where tourists are overcoming nature with the help of vehicles. After the snow settles, usually in November, the snowmobiles becomes the king of vehicles. Snowmobile safari is, I think, best experienced in Kola Peninsula. There are several reasons why. The influence of the Gulf Stream makes winters on Kola Peninsula mild in comparison to the rest of Russia. The tundra regions give you a free line of sight to the horizon. And finally, the polar night, the period when you can travel in the dark, away from the cities and under the northern light in the sky. Snowmobiles are vehicles that makes new routes and provide access anywhere in winter. You will travel over frozen and through the over frozen lakes and through the mountain valleys with these. The joy of driving a snowmobile is I'm sure that the joy of driving of snowmobiles is something that needs to be experienced in person. There are a few roads here on Kola Peninsula that city cars can travel. Traveling to remote places is a task of course, for off-road vehicles. For example, jeeps, ATVs, and buggies. You will ride through difficult terrain, surrounded by the amazing views of Kola Peninsula. tenacious vehicles and experienced guides will make these adventures for you unforgettable, for sure. And ATV and jeep tours are usually available from June to October, after which season and takes place due to the weather condition. We have a large amount of snow already in October, and I forget to mention that our snowmobile safari are available from November to April or May. It depends on the year. On this slide, you can see a photo which was taken in July this year, the middle photo, and the snow in the Hibini Mountain. This photo was taken in the Hibini Mountains, and snow here you can find always in every season. In the end of this part of presentation, I would like to add that regardless of type of vehicles, you can choose self-driving or being passenger. You can take short rides of several hours or participate in a full expedition across the Kola Peninsula for several days. When people didn't have snowmobiles, they used to traverse snow on sleds pulled by animals. Husky dogs are hardy, tough, and famously energetic, and they love to run. They are eager to share their energy with you and show you the true joy of movement. Huskies are also some of the friendliest dogs in the world, and will be happy and let you pet them for a photo shoot. Sorry, I can click it. 1 second. Yes, I'm here. Overcoming nature with the help of vehicles is the one thing, but there are other ways. Challenge yourself to try some fun endurance activities here. Hiking is a straightforward. You take 2 sticks and walk. And there is no need to have a special physical training for it. We have a light day, one-day trips, which is suitable for the widest audience. But if you want, for example, challenge yourself to the full extent, we have multi-day routes and with camping in the build for it. And it is what you'll see that's special. The harsh beauty of the north, these lands are simple but elegant. You can see far work amid vivid colors of mosses, lychees, and berries. And this photo was also taken in the Hibini Mountains in July, or maybe the end of July, and you can see snow. And hiking doesn't stop. Sorry. Hiking doesn't stop in the winter season. It turns into snowshoeing, and in the previous slide you can see snowshoeing, the left picture. It's a great exercise that will energize you, and there are not many places in the world where you can try it. And if someone don't know what is it, it is an ancient invention. You can use it and safely walk over deep snow. And if you want to feel the Russian winter even more closely, you can try diving in a lake through a hole in the ice. It's if for you that sounds too extreme, there are more comfortable option. A hot bath outside, you can see this bath on the slide, or a Russian sauna with jumping into snow afterwards. The process of taking a hot bath can be accompanied by viewing the northern lights, and it's indescribable feelings, believe me. Now I want to introduce our company. Hibini for You provide a variety of tours in the Hibini Mountains and the entire Kola Peninsula, from the White Sea to the Barents Sea. We have been winners of the competition Best in the Murmansk Region Tourism Industry in different nominations for several years. Hibini for You has more than 10 years experience in tourism on Kola Peninsula in the north part of Russia. Our company is an officially registered Russian tour operator for domestic and inbound tourism. The head office is located in Kirovsk, which is surrounded by the Hibini Mountains, and our main task is to build a proper route for your vacation. That's why there aren't long journeys by bus and frequent changes of hotels in our tours. And as I already said, the head office is located in Kirovsk, and there are a lot of advantages in our location. First of all, there is an airport, local airport Hibini, in 32 kilometers from Kirovsk, where flights from Moscow and St. Petersburg arrive every day. The second one is the variety of tours in Kirovsk. You can find both a calm, measured excursion vacation and an extreme one. Some of them we already know. It's snowmobile safari, mountain skiing and snowboarding, dog sledding, also Aurora Borealis photo tours in winter, and in spring or in summer and autumn, of course, it's jeep safari, quad ATV tours, hiking, and I know for sure that rafting is popular in India. We also have rafting. And the third one, the third reason, the third advantage of our location, that it's Kirovsk is almost equidistant from the White and the Barents Sea. It open roads for you to throughout Kola Peninsula for trips, for example, to Rybachi Peninsula, to Teribirka, to Tersky Coast, Lavozero, or Murmansk. Here in this slide, you can see my contact information. Feel free to contact directly through WhatsApp, Telegram, email, and it will be easy for you to interact with us through our representative in Delhi, in India, who himself knows our places, not by hearsay. He was in Kirovsk in this year. Okay, first of all, I was in India. I was in India on a OTM and in Mumbai, and after it, I was in Delhi, and we have 3 days in Delhi, and with some of tour operator of India, I already met in Delhi, and after it, we discussed with Rishabh that it is necessary for him to go to Kirovsk, to Murmansk region, to see it, to feel it, and he was here and took part in all our winter tours. Also, he has a huge experience living in Russia, and he knows everything about relationship between Russia and India. Feel free to contact him. He's a friendly guy. He is a friendly guy who open for new people. Now I want to check your question if we have some. 1 second. Mhm. What? 1 second. Which month did you shoot this video? To tell the truth, our promo promo video was shooted in different month. It was video in this promo rolling was also in December, in January, most of them in March and April, because in March and April we have a long day, and to tell the truth, for me, it's best time on Kola Peninsula, because we have a long sunny day, and you can enjoy. For example, in March, you can still enjoy northern lights, and already in day you can feel frozen snow, and in this time shiny snow. Oh, shiny snow, yes, and of course sun. Uh, 1 second. Are wooden cottages available there in Murmansk? Yes, in Murmansk region we have different type of accommodation. We have also wooden cottages, and some of them have a sauna in it, inside house, and you can live in it and use your personal sauna. The main thing about wooden cottages, it is located not in the town, but in suburb of town, and you need to spend some time, for example, to go from the cottages to the center of the city. But I think you realize it. What are the basic specification of Russian sauna? Good question. The basic specification, you mean the temperature or what? The temperature can be from 70 degrees to 100 degrees, and of course we can prepare sauna for you for example, if you have never tried, if it's first time, it will be not so hot. And I think that's all. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye bye, and I think we will see not only in this format online, but in offline. I'm going to India when the situation is stabilized, and of course I'm waiting for you here on Kola Peninsula. Thank you.
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. I am glad to welcome all exhibitors. My name is Victoria, and I would like to represent you our company Lapitour. Since last 9 years, we have been offering travel services in Murmansk region. We have experience in working with foreign guests, including Indians ones. Last season, we received about 150 Indians in Murmansk. And today I would like to tell you about facilities and about facilities in one very interesting object, Husky Park and Husky Village. Uh, Let me show you what Husky Park. Husky Park is located at 170 kilometers from Murmansk. Today is the largest husky park in the region. There are more than 100 Siberian husky lives on the territory. Of course, it's quite far from Murmansk, but what is the really good opportunity to see the husky and Sami village in one place. First of all, it's a multi-object. Multi-object because you can have a excursion here, you can have accommodation, and also you can buy the souvenirs. When the groups coming to Husky Park, of course, they visiting a Sami village. Guests will see the traditional habitation and now about and to know about culture and life of the Sami people. One of attraction is of course is husky riding and husky sledding. The distance for sledding it's one and a half up to 2 kilometers, and it will give you a firework of positive emotions. Food. Of course, they Husky Park provide Indian and vegetarian food for Indian guests, like we did last year. For mini groups, for small groups, they can provide the guest house. Uh, this guest house is for 6 person. And of course, as you see on the first page, there are also we can provide the concert of Sami folklore team. Will represent impression and ethnical atmosphere. Of course, there are not only one husky park in Murmansk region, but this one we really recommend because it's for a moment is the biggest one. During excursion, you for all guests, we provide the Sami traditional clothing, and it's keep warm during all excursion because in winter we have cold weather, and it's gives comfortable for all guests during excursion. And if you have any question, you can ask me, and you can send your request to our email, and of course we're also using WhatsApp and Viber. I will check the questions from you. I don't see any question anyway. I was glad to represent for you Husky Park and Sami Village, and have a nice day. Goodbye.
Hello, dear ladies and gentlemen. Hello, dear colleagues. My name is Lyubov, and the short name is Luba. And I represent the tour company Mentor. We are the former branch of Intourist company, the oldest tour operator in Russia. And we work here in Murmansk since 1962. Now our name is Mentor, and we provide all kinds of tourist services for guests, for foreign guests. Today I'm very happy to meet you and to have this great opportunity to tell you about the local cuisine and about what opportunities we have here for food for our guests. So the topic of my presentation is Arctic cuisine, the grace of northern flavors, Indian and vegetarian options for meals in Murmansk. And I would like to start just about a few words about Russian gastronomic traditions of so it's just some few words about general cuisine in Russia. As you know, Russia is a country with mostly long and cold winters, and the main feature of Russian food, as well as of the local northern food, is that it should be warming, it should be nutritive, and give a lot of energy. And most common ingredients for Russian dishes are bread, potatoes, eggs, meat, butter, milky products, such as sour cream, for example, the most common dressing for Russian cuisine dishes and for some northern cuisine dishes as well. Northern cuisine includes some other ingredients, and I will tell about them a little bit later. Onion and garlic are widespread, not only for making taste special, but also to increase immunity and to fight with seasonal colds, with influenza. In menu of almost every Russian restaurant, you will find borscht, our favorite soup. The most common soup for Russian cuisine is traditional soup of East Slavs. Rich, nutritious, multi-component, always served with sour cream, onion, garlic, lard. And another favorite soup is shi, Russian cabbage soup, traditional Russian one, with a slightly sour taste is also one of our favorite. They can be cooked with meat as usual, or can be only vegetarian. Very popular in Russia are pancakes. They baked of flour mixed with milk, eggs, salt, and sugar, served with sour cream, jam, and also with something often associated with Russia, caviar. We like and we recommend dumplings made with meat, or they can be vegetarian, made with other fillers like onion, cottage cheese, potatoes, mushrooms, and many others. For dessert, Russians like to drink tea, usually black tea or coffee, with various sweets such as pies, cakes, chocolates, cookies, and ice cream is popular. It's usually you'll usually find a variety of them in restaurants with fruity, berry tastes. Not very warming food at all, but the exception only proves the rule. So Russia is the multicultural country with various traditions and rich history, and it is reflected in the variety of gastronomic traditions of Russian people from different regions. We'll speak about Arctic region cuisine, and our aim is to open this treasure to our guests. Speaking of local food, first of all, we should remember that Murmansk is a maritime city, and its life has always been connected with the sea. Fishing industry is one of the most important in the region. The city is located on Kola Peninsula and washed by the waters of the White Sea on the south and by the Barents Sea on the north. And Barents Sea plays a great role in life of Murmansk. It's the southwestern part of this sea never freezes because of the warm Atlantic Gulf Stream. And so Barents Sea is the largest and the warmest sea of the Arctic Ocean. And there's no surprise that regarding the species composition, it's one of the richest among the northern seas. Flora and fauna are diverse. Many different species live there, fish and other sea inhabitants. So the signature of the Barents Sea is the fish named cod. We even have a monument to this fish in the central park of the city. A fish, industrially important one that feeds local people since long time ago. Other industrial fishes are salmon, haddock, herring, capelin, halibut, lancetfish, and so halibut, the most important valuable deep water fish. Kamchatka crab or king crab, you see it in the picture, was brought here from the Far East and assimilated into the Barents Sea well, and now it has become extremely important, extremely popular as a local delicacy, owing to its superior taste and benefits for health. Other valuable local seafood also presented on the picture are scallop, sea urchin, northern shrimp. And so the Arctic cuisine is an important part of the culture of the indigenous population of the north. Sami people are native people, indigenous people of the Kola Peninsula, and since ancient times their occupations were reindeer breeding, gathering in the northern forests, hunting, fishing. So this is the basis of their traditional cuisine. So northern nature is severe. So the food should be very rich, fat, substantial. Winter lasts here for about half a year, and summer is very short. So the main feature for food is its high nutrient value. Then, long time ago, people worried mostly about survival, not about culinary delights. Food was very simple, and the same cannot be said about now. Cooks create amazing culinary marvels, and main ingredients are mostly the same. Now, local cuisine includes products that are not very common for many other regions, such as venison or reindeer meat, local berries and mushrooms, preserves made of them, diversity of fish, not only sea fish, but fresh water as well, as Kola Peninsula is so we have here thousands, tens of thousands of lakes and rivers. So at the present time, a lot of attention is paid to development of gastronomic tourism in Russia. For example, in 2017, there was a project created, it's called Gastronomic Map of Russia, supported by the Federal Tourism Agency and by several other ministries and associations. And it was realized in 20 Russian regions, including Murmansk region. In the frame of it, in order to attract attention to authentic Arctic cuisine, special events were held, such as the Taste of Arctic, where about 30 local cafes and restaurants took part, and included on their menus dishes of local ingredients. And now everyone can find them easily, almost in the majority of local cafes and restaurants. From our part, we with great pleasure support these initiatives of development of gastronomic tourism, and created a tour that will help our guests to feel the taste of Arctic and try not only to try well-known local dishes, but also to learn about history and culture of the cuisine and try yourself as a creator of an Arctic dish and shape dumplings with cod. Here on this picture, you see on the left this codfish dumplings masterclass. And also you see there are other dishes from local restaurants made of local fish and seafood, halibut in the middle and various seafood on the right, and of course Atlantic salmon, especially delicious, served in many restaurants, well known for its amazing taste and benefits for health. Very popular in Scandinavian countries also, and very popular here. On the next picture, you see the variety of gifts from northern nature, particularly berries and mushrooms. For local people, in fact, it's a real hobby to gather mushrooms and berries in summertime till beginning of autumn. There is a variety of them, and most of them are edible, delicious, and what is important, ecologically clean. Cloudberry, one of the popular ones, that orange berry on the left top, is also called northern raspberry, grows in swampy areas, famous for its useful properties, good for general health, for well-being, helps to fight with diseases, to increase immunity. So other berries such as blueberry, red bilberry, cloudberry, so all of them we eat fresh, make preserves, make jams, make juices as well. Speaking about local drinks, so berries, juices of berries are popular as a typical drink of northern cuisine. Mushrooms, local mushrooms, so the majority of them are edible. Also, it's a base for many vegetarian dishes, good substitute for meat, very nourishing, aromatic, delicious. So during our tours, we try to include Arctic food on the menu, so guests can have the most overall impressions of the place. But however, we understand them that some guests prefer their habitual food, and if guests prefer Indian food, it's possible to combine some local products with Indian food and make them in Indian style. Here you see some examples of salmon, codfish, flounder, local fish made made in Indian style. So the majority of restaurants in Murmansk provide dishes of Russian, European cuisine along with local specialties. And some restaurants have on their menus dishes of Indian cuisine. Some restaurants have also dishes of Japanese, Italian, various pasta, pizzas, everything, Chinese dishes, Thai cuisine, and vegetarian. Speaking about vegetarian dishes, they can be found on menus, but however, in Russia we don't have too much vegetarians, especially here in the north. But restaurants adjust to the demand, to the increasing demand for vegetarian food, and make the variety of them. Our company has a long-term experience in providing meals for foreign tourists from different countries, and we always attentive to the requests for meals of every group and particular guests. We usually make it clear before the group's arrival how many vegetarians, Muslims who do not eat pork, how many guests with allergy for various products. So we make it clear, and so restaurants, our cafes and restaurants take into consideration all these requests and make necessary changes. Include vegetarian dishes in the menu on beforehand requests. During the past years, we had a lot of Asian guests here in Murmansk and adjusted to their preferences for food. For example, we excluded almost at all beef, as many guests do not eat it at all. So we try to meet the requirements of guests for food in the best possible way. So this is my brief story of the main features of local cuisine, and I hope that we ignited your desire to come here and try it personally when you have chance. As one of our main tasks as a tour operator, not only introduce our city and region to the guests, but also to provide a very good meal and help to look on the city through the prism of local cuisine. Well, thank you for your attention. We have some questions here, just a moment. Can you provide Arabic food for our UAE customers, such as Well, you know, our restaurants and cafes adjust to the demand, and according to our requests, they can prepare some special food. We have some such experience when guests provide us a recipe, and we ask cooks in the restaurants to make food according to the recipe if it's not too complicated. So yes, there is such opportunities. It all can be settled. Yes. Are there any women tours for cooking learnings? We include sometimes master classes in our tours. Yes, it's possible to have this experience to cook something, cook some local food. Yes. Which nationality visit the place on a large scale till now? Last season we had really a lot of guests from Asia, from Hong Kong, from Thailand, from India as well, from China, from various Asian countries. Murmansk is very popular for Asians. Do people visit from Arab Emirates and Oman? Yes, yes, sometimes yes, not too much, but yes, we had such people coming from these countries. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.